Aloha, friends! Just turning into Lavalinks. I can't wait to get this newly developed cannon out on the course. Let's throw some discs.
He was a little short. Okay, I guess that was just a warm-up. This is 388. I should have birdie this all day. Short again, man. What the heck? What the heck, man? Gone it. That's it. I had enough of this. I just don't get it. Out in the field, I'm hitting 420 easy. Then I step on the course and it's like nothing. It's like my arm forgot how to bomb. Maybe I need a break. A break? We're never gonna get this. Trees hate us. The farm's collapsing. The grass
Tammy,
is doomed.
please.
No, you said this was our year. I can't take another.
All right,
fucking
drama
break out
club.
of this game.
That's enough. Tammy, out. Go. Meditate. Hydrate. Preferably someplace far from here. Since when are you the quitting type?
I just don't see the point anymore.
So you hit a few trees. There are greater tragedies in this world.
I wanted to prove.
Prove what?
That I am somebody.
You are so full of crap. Look at you. 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing, not a speck of athletic ability. And yet you hung in there, drill after drill, rep after rep for 6 months. And you're gonna walk out of here with a sponsorship from Notre Dame.
What?
Never mind. Listen, in this world, you ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody but yourself. And if what you've been through, you ain't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen. Now, pull up your big girl panties and get back out there.
Aloha, friends, and welcome back to the quest for 1,000. Well, it's been a little over 6 months since this all began, and the journey has been unreal. Back when I started and I set my goals, 400 feet kind of felt like a dream, but it's not a dream anymore. I've hit that mark or further at least 80 times in the last month. That's not just progress, that's exponential growth. Of course, fieldwork and course play don't always line up right away. It takes time to get everything to click under pressure, to lock in and make everything repeatable and reliable. But the progress is real, and it's accelerating. So today, I'm checking in with the man behind the plan, my coach, BlitzDG. We'll see what's clicking, what's changed, and what still needs work. And be warned, coach's feedback, well, it goes into detail, but this will give you a good idea of what it's like to work with a coach and maybe how it could work for you. Hey Blitz, how's it going?
What's up, Phoenix?
Hey listen, we've been working together for like around 6 months now, and I was wondering if we could maybe take a look at how things are going. You know, what's changed, maybe what's gotten better.
I have some questions too. Like, are we supposed to believe this middle-aged scarecrow in 2 days threw an extra 70 feet? Was it measured with that 8-inch ruler you got? What kind of hubbubaloo are you peddling here?
No!
That guy's intense, man.
Sorry about that, bro. I can't seem to control him.
Anyways, let's get to it. All right. You asked me to compare forms from old form to new form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the old form first, and I'm going to point out what I think the big rocks for gaining distance are, and then we will review the two videos against each other to see how well of a job you have done at fixing the problems that I think are important. Okay? So First, we'll watch this one. I don't love the very exaggerated run-in, kind of this diagonal swoop into the run-in. You don't really need that much momentum for how far you're throwing. So this is just going to make it a lot harder to be on a tee pad. Hips very turned back early. So both knees are pointed backward here. Means that we're not going to really have much to do when we coil because our hips are already turned back. Don't hate the crow hop at all. I'm a fan. Here. Okay, land. Fairly bent knee. And not much hip coil here. You can see this foot is still kind of open. You never really get to a point where it's closed. So, let's see. Not much coil in the hips and not nearly enough coil in the shoulders in my opinion. We are kind of just like half coiling here. Let's see where we actually get to. And this is the farthest we get. So the very first thing I see that's a big problem is we are just not coiling well. I want to see this rear shoulder kind of come closer to the target than your front shoulder, right? That's the cue I use. Doesn't always have to get exactly that far. And then I want to see this arm actually get straight, right? That's just more like range we get to power the disc. So first big issue there. Not coiling our hips very effectively either. And even worse, we are rotating into the plant. So before we even get our weight down on our heel, boom, right, we'll say your weight on your heel is here. We are rotating our hips already. So now by the time we actually weight our heel, we have pretty flat hips and the shoulder coil is just not great at all. And we have a very short reach back. Okay, so all these things definitely going to cost us some speed. Let's see if I can, oh, come on now, let me work. Okay. Here, generally, okay pocket, little shallow I'd say. And I think we're just over rotating a little bit. Probably because we rotate into the plant. We're not coiled enough when we come into the throw. So now we end probably a little too open to the target, right? We need to be moving our arm faster and a little bit less torso rotation, I would say. Also, one thing to note is this brace angle is not great. We are way over the top of it, so it's going to make it very hard to hold momentum behind it and actually translate that into power. Okay, and because we rotate into the plant here, right? See this rear leg rotating like crazy before we actually weight our foot, right? What happens is this left leg is going to come on the left side of this right leg. Boom. And all of our momentum that we had is just getting blown straight by our brace instead of getting actually pushed down into the ground. For two reasons. One, this backside rises up, so we rise up on top of our brace too early. And two, we don't shift from behind, so the left leg comes on the left side of the brace. Okay? Those are the big issues. Let's see how we do in fixing them. Immediately, less pronounced like walk up, right? The difference is very obvious here. Running in diagonally and then coming in with a buttload of momentum, where here we're much more controlled. This is something I would like to see on a course compared to this other one, okay? Let's see, on this step here, let's see how our knee position looks. Here. So this looks a bit better on not turning back too early, but it's hard to see from this angle too. So let's just move on to kind of where here. Yep. Okay. So now we're kind of at the point of the throw that matters the most, right? Here's where the coil hits. Let's see how coiled we get. So here's toe touch frame, and here's toe touch frame, I think. We'll go there. Okay, so look at the difference. One, we're not as tilted back, right? So this is head over D, right? We want to be above our pelvis as much as possible. I think it's pretty clear. You're doing a much better job of that here, even though it's from a different angle. Then look at the coil difference. You see crease in the back hip, really no crease in the back hip. This looks much more coiled in the hips and obviously much more coiled in the upper body, since you can see the rear shoulder. arm straighter, right, on reach back. So we added a bunch of coil in both our upper and our lower body. Let's see how closed we plant. Okay, not bad, right, compared to here. And I think the main thing, the foot angle is just one part of the story, right? The main thing is like, where is the knee? And like you can see the difference here. This knee is already rotating forward, and this knee is still in a nice closed coiled position. This is kind of, I guess this is heel weighted frame. So this has started rotating maybe a little bit too much already because we rotated into the plant, where this we are shifting our weight into the plant before we start uncoiling. Okay, so we're doing a much better job of holding our coil until we get our weight planted on our front foot. Okay, here. Okay, that's probably deepest pocket. That's probably deepest pocket. A little bit deeper, I would say, in the updated version. And I think one of the bigger things that's kind of hard to see in this view is how much better this angle is. Like this brace angle is just steeper, so our hips are farther away from our bracing point, and I think you're going to see that matter a ton here in a second. Okay, here, we'll just go like halfway through the throw, right there. Okay, so a few things. One, our left hip on this one is blasting through. Our left hip on this one is much more contained, and I think we're going to see it continue to be that way here. Also, obviously, off arm is 10 times better in the new one. This one is holding you back quite a bit. This one is kind of letting you rotate better. And you even see a little bit of anchoring here as it pushes back. But watch how we contain our momentum here. Left knee on this version is going behind the right knee. So we're centered on our much more steep, well, I shouldn't say much more, but more steep brace angle, where this one, left knee coming around. And I think, watch what you'll see in the follow through here. Boom. Whoop. Energy goes into the ground. We hop out of it because we're not spinning around. Energy just goes straight by, right? Not going into the ground, just blowing over the top and on the side of the brace. So very big like improvement in bracing, and I think the follow through is a really good thing to watch to see that. If you're following through and just blasting, and it's okay to follow through like that on like wet tee pads, right? Like when I throw on wet tee pads, I blast through my brace too because you can't stop yourself. There's not enough traction, okay? But generally, when we see like this right here, it means we're not orienting ourselves very well to contain momentum. And since we're coming in with so much momentum, right, we're just doing too much. Here, we're much more simple, much more efficient, right? And I think the biggest change, there's a few different changes that I think are kind of the biggest things. We have more coil here, we have more coil here, we're shifting from behind better, right? We're shifting and then uncoiling instead of rotating into our plant. Whoop, boom, by the time our heel hits, we're rotating our whole body. Both our knees are kind of facing forward now, okay? So that's what I got for you. I hope this serves what you wanted me to do, and let me know.
Man, looking back at that form from April, that's wild. I used to think that 400 was just some mythical number, but now I've got dozens and dozens of those throws in my U-Disc log. And it's not luck. That's coaching and consistency, just showing up day after day after day and putting in the effort. I've been throwing discs for over 4 decades, and I've made more progress in the last 6 months than all that time combined. That, my friends, is the power of working with someone who knows how to take you from good to credible fast. There's plenty to work on, and I still need tons of reps to make it second nature. But this train is moving, and it's not slowing down. Huge thanks to Blitz for steering this ship and keeping me from getting lost in, too many side quests. One day, I'll throw 79 miles per hour too, big guy. Though it might be from a moving car. If you learned anything or had fun, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps the channel. Oh, and you can join us here on Island 420 for as little as $1 a month. help keep my buddy Steve here in bananas. Till next time, try not to hit too many trees, and long live the lid.
Oh, what's this one? Oh.
Hunk!
Oh, what, Mom?
What are you doing down there? What kind of music is that?
Just doing some research here. Don't worry about me, I'm good.
Now he's stranded on an island and he trains with coconuts. He's stranded on island 420 with coconuts for minis, seagulls heckling his throws. Suspended, suspended. For $12 he said no. Now he's practicing flex lines where the mango breezes blow.